ওই ডিটেইলস লাগবে বুঝলে আমি সিএমএ না পোস্ট করে
Sir, please start the class.
Okay, ma'am. Now I am going to start the new topic, bank reconciliation statement. Okay. So question is, what is the purpose to prepare the bank reconciliation statement? What are the causes to mismatch the balance as per cash book and the passbook? What is the importance of bank reconciliation statement? And how to prepare the bank reconciliation statement? We will cover some of the important topic under this chapter. So first, all transaction entered in the bank are recorded in both the books, cash book and the passbook. मतलब businessmen prepare cash account and the bank account or the double column cash book, single column cash book, but every type of cash book may be possible. But there should be no difference between the balance shown in both the books. ठीक है जी? But however, sometimes it so happens that these two balances do not tally. And this is because on the certain date, some entries may have been recorded in the cash book, but not in the passbook, or the vice versa. Suppose you have a bank account in HDFC Bank. So HDFC Bank itself record all the transactions related to you, and you also prepare in the books of account, cash account as well as the bank account. This is the bank account prepared by the company, prepared by the businessman, or prepared by the you, prepared by the accountant. And this is the bank account prepared by the HDFC Bank or any of the bank in which you have the bank account. So there is so many type of reason to mismatch the balance in your books as well as in the bank account maintained by the bank. Okay. So whenever you open the bank account, so bank will provide passbook to the customer. Since the balance is not matched, so we have to first identify what is the purpose, but what is the causes behind to mismatch the balance of bank account as well as the bank account in the bank, as well as the passbook. ठीक है. To identify, we have to prepare one of the statement. This is called bank reconciliation statement. क्या कहता है? These two balance do not tally, and this is because on certain date some entries may have been recorded in cash book but not in the passbook, and vice versa. A statement therefore prepared to identify the reason for the differences, to reconcile the balance of two books, and such a statement is called the bank reconciliation statement. One of the author Patil give one of the definition regarding the bank reconciliation. So bank reconciliation statement is a statement prepared mainly to reconcile the difference between the bank balance shown by the cash book and the bank passbook. Clear? Now it may be noted that before the final account are prepared, bank reconciliation is must. Or we can say this is mandatory, this is compulsory to attach bank reconciliation along with the financial statement. It is a very important preparatory step. If an entity has account with more than one bank, then all such account must be reconciled regularly. If you have one account, then you have to prepare the bank reconciliation statement with the particular account. Or if you have the different account in the bank, so then in that case you have to prepare bank reconciliation statement of all the banks. Clear? Whether weekly, monthly, quarterly, half yearly. In these days, internet banking where bank statements are available online on time, so the reconciliation can be on online activity. Before the internet banking, or some of the person nowadays, suppose you're not using the internet banking, so बेटा वो क्या करते हैं? They have to requirement to take the printout on the passbook, and then we can match the balance as per bank account as well as the passbook. In the modern accounting package are equipped with automatic reconciliation. So nowadays this is the computerized time or the AI times. So everything is automatically reconciled. A bank statement is entered in the computer system, ठीक है, and then a program is run, and which will throw up the transaction leading to the difference. So this is a new type of software. By using this software, you can easily prepare the bank reconciliation statement. But for the knowledge point of view, for the examination point of view, because all the computer software is the GIGO, and the GIGO means garbage in, garbage out. That's why you have to complete knowledge of all the chapter. Now following step we have to follow to prepare the bank reconciliation statement. Number first is identify the difference. Number second, know the reason for differences. Number third, to ensure the required entries are made in the books of account. Or number fourth, to ensure that entries are made by bank in time. Generally, basically 4 or 5 things we have to understand, we have to think. Now, the features of the bank reconciliation statement. There is some of the 5 and 6 features is given. Number first, it is a statement. This is implied. It is not part of the process of account. Yes, but is the process of account? Process of account is prepare general, then prepare ledger, then prepare trial balance, and then prepare final account. These are the 4 steps of process of account. So it is not the part of the process account. It is prepared to reconcile the causes of difference between the bank balance as per cash book and the bank balance as per the passbook. It can be prepared at any time during the financial year as and when it is required. And since it is prepared on a particular date, it is written written as bank reconciliation statement as on particular date. Okay. Now, next, the reasons of differences between the cash book and the passbook. There is so many type of causes can be mentioned here, but all type of differences the broadly classified into two category. This is the first category and this is the second category, and all type of subcategory of differences we have already done the causes of differences in the cash book as per the passbook balance. So now basically two type of reasons may be occur. Item appears in the cash book but do not appear in the passbook. Well, you have entered any of the transaction in your bank book, in your cash book, but such entry is not entered in the bank or in the passbook. In that situation, there is a chances to make the difference. Number second, item appear in the passbook but not appear in the cash book. How to possible both type of transaction? Suppose your cash book balance, in your cash book, your bank balance is rupees, suppose 20,000. Or in the passbook, the balance is also 20,000. Now the entry is paid rupees 60,000 to Mr. Ram. Whenever you pay the amount to Mr. Ram, so definitely you have to pass the entry in the books of account. So entry क्या होगा बेटा? Entry होगी Ram account debit to bank. Because the amount is more than rupees 10,000, then you cannot make the payment in form of cash. You have to make the payment in form of bank. Suppose the balance is just example 2 lakh. So after payment 60,000 rupees to the bank, you pay only just through check. You give the check. So now you will subtract your balance in the books of accounts. Now your balance after issue the check is rupees 140. But the check is not presented in the bank. You have hand over that check to Mr. Ram. But the Ram deposit the check into the bank after 2 days, 3 days, 4 days. Or in between. Suppose, just example, you issue a check on 28th of October 2024. Now, due to the holiday or any other reason, Ram deposit the check into the bank on 3rd of November. Ram have the check. In between, suppose on 31st of October, your management or owner of the business is just checking your accounts, and the management want to know what is the difference behind the bank balance as per cash book or balance as per passbook. then you have to show the detail in a particular manner. Okay, these are the reason to mismatch the balance. The reason is that okay, we have issued the check to Mr. Ram for rupees 60,000. So we have already passed the entry in the books of account. We subtract the balance of bank balance in our books of account, but the Ram failed to pay the check in the same day or one of the day after 29, 30, 31, because end of the month, the 30 month. That's why our balance is rupees 1,40,000 and the passbook balance is rupees 2 lakh. Second case. Item appear in the passbook but not appeared in the cash book. Suppose your bank balance as per cash book is rupees 2 lakh. Or bank balance in passbook is also rupees 2 lakh on the 28th of October 2024. Same suppose. Suppose on 20th, 29th of October, one of the person who is the debtor directly deposit 20,000 rupees in your account. So now the passbook balance shows 2,20,000, but your bank balance shows in your books of account is rupees 2 lakh. So this is the reason. Second reason. Item appear in the passbook, but not appear in the cash book. This is the example. So basically, differences arise into two cases. Now some of the common causes for differences in the cash book and the passbook. Some of the common causes given. क्या भाई पहले check issued but not yet presented for payment in the bank. मतलब you have issued the check, or the business issued the check, or the accountant issued the check to the party, or at the time of issue of check, now the accountant record the entry in the books of account, party account debit to bank, and the bank and your balance have been less after payment of check to the party. But the party not presented the check, or in between you are going to reconcile the statement. Okay, so in that case, your balance definitely will be less and the passbook balance will be higher. So this is the reason to mismatch the balance. Next. Check deposited into the bank for collection but not yet credited by the bank. What is this? Suppose you have received the check. In the first case, you are issuing the check. In the second case, you deposit the checks. When you will deposit the check, suppose check received from Raj and deposited into the bank. So what will be the entry? Entry will be bank account debit to Mr. Raj for rupees 10,000, suppose. So now you have recorded the entry in your books of account. You have received the check. Whenever you receive the check, so definitely you have to deposit the check into the bank. You have to deposit the check into the bank. After deposit the check into the bank, so now the amount will be credited in your bank account. You have deposited the check, but Suppose this is the date is 29th of October, and you are going to prepare the BRS on 30th October. But on 31st of October at evening, the check are not presented or not cleared by the bank. So you have increased your balance in your cash book, bank balance, but bank didn't increase your balance. So this is the reason for mismatch of balance as per bank book, bank account, or balance as per passbook. Next reason. Check deposited into the bank for collection, but dishonored by the bank. Well, you collect the check from the party. Whenever you collect the check from the party, you have recorded the entry in your books of account. Now you deposit the check into the bank. But due to any of the reason, check has been bounced or check has been dishonored. Dishonored means bounce. Well, check is not cleared due to so many type of reason to not clearance of check. Number first reason is party have the less balance in account. Suppose party issued the check for rupees 60,000, but the balance in the party accounts is only rupees 50,000. So definitely check will be dishonored. Suppose the sign is not match or unsigned check, or the date is wrong, or any cutting on the check. In some of the cases, some of the region, definitely check will be dishonored, check will be bounced. Next, interest allowed by the bank. Suppose your cash balance, bank balance in the cash book is 10,000, but your passbook balance is rupees 100. You know, I have a balance of 10,000, but the passbook balance kitna hai? 10,100. And this 100 rupees is interest paid by the bank. So your balance has been increased. Next, interest charged by the bank on overdraft. Suppose you have taken the loan from the bank, you have the CC account of your bank in your bank. So bank OD or CC, bank will charge the interest. Suppose your balance is rupees 10,000 in the cash book, or your balance in the passbook is rupees 9,500, and 500 rupees is the interest charged by the bank. So this is the next reason, next causes to mismatch the balance as per the bank account or as per the bank balance cash book, as per the cash account. Next, direct deposit by a customer into the bank. Nowadays is the online system. So customer directly deposit the cash in your bank account, check in your bank account, and customer transfer the amount in any online mode to your bank account. So bank have increased the balance. In that case, now you need to increase the balance. But your balance is less in comparison to bank. So due to this reason, your balance is mismatch. Then you have to at the time of preparation of bank reconciliation statement, you have to show the reason behind to mismatch the balance as per cash book and balance as per passbook. Next reason, interest and dividend collected by the bank. As per the special instruction, Suppose you have a shares of Tata Motor Limited. And Tata Motor issue a dividend 500 rupees to you. So nowadays, due to the computerization, Tata Motor never make the payment in form of cash or any other mode. Tata Motor directly deposit rupees 500 as a dividend amount in your bank account. So due to the interest collected by the bank on behalf of you, so your balance has been increased in the bank. But as per the cash book, your bank balance is less in comparison to bank balance in bank. So this is the next reason, next causes to mismatch the data. Next. Next way. Direct payment made by the bank on behalf of the customer. Again, the bank will pay after the standing instruction given by the customer to the bank. Suppose I have given the instruction, I have authorized the bank कि I am just paying 5,000 rupees per month as of a term insurance. So I authorize to the bank कि you directly paid 5,000 rupees है ना भाई to the ICICI Bank term insurance, to the SDFC term insurance. I just authorize the bank. I have given instruction to the bank on the date of 7th or up to the 7th, you pay my electricity bill from my account. So this is the direct payment made by the bank on behalf of the customer. Okay. Suppose you have a loan, car loan, and the EMI per month is 10,000 per month. In that case, you can give the special instruction to the bank on the date of 10th or up to the 10th from 1st to 7th. You just make the payment of my bank loan or my car loan. Clear? Next. Any wrong entry made by the bank in the passbook, or it may be possible any wrong entry made by the accountant in the bank account, in the cash book. Both the situation may be possible. By default, one of the check related to customer A, but wrongly such check credited by the bank in your account. This is the next reason, next causes to mismatch the balance of cash book as well as the passbook. Clear? Some of the other reason is given. Those reason also balance the mismatch. Other reason ka first part, check issued to a creditor but omitted to record the entry in the cash book. You have issued the check to the creditor but failed to record the entry in the books of account. Next, check deposited into the bank but omitted to enter in the cash book. You collect the check from your party, from the debtor. Clear way? You deposit the check into the bank but failed to record the transaction in the books of account. Number third, error in totaling or balance in the bank column of the cash book. Whenever you post the amount in the books of account in the cash book. So you transferred the wrong amount, or at the time of balancing, we have already discussed how to balance the ledger in last to last class. So if is there any mistake to carry forward and brought forward amount, then this may also be situation to not match the balances of cash book as well as the passbook. Okay. So many multiple choice question may be prepared regarding the causes of differences, reason of differences. Why we have to prepare the bank reconciliation statements and need of bank reconciliation statement? It helps to understand the actual bank balance. It helps to identify the mistake in the cash book as well as the passbook. It helps to detect and prevent the fraud and error in recording the banking transaction. And it helps to incorporate certain expenditure or income debit or credited by the bank in the books of account. Okay. Now, the method of preparation of bank reconciliation statement. Number first, rules of addition or subtraction, or number second, rule of debit or credit. Both are same. Add, addition means debit, and subtraction means credit. These are the theory regarding this chapter. Now, how to prepare the bank reconciliation statement? So now we will solve some of the practical question. Then we will discuss some of the multiple choice question for examination point of view. Okay. Question number 1. The situation is when the debit balance or the favorable balance as per cash book is given. Clear? If the bank have the debit balance in the cash book, so this is you have the cash in the bank. If the bank balance have the unfavorable or the negative balance, that means this is the bank overdraft. You have withdrawn the amount from the bank over and above your deposit. So two things here. So balance may be debit or balance may be credit. Whenever we start the question, the balance as per cash book, then we need to reach the balance as per passbook. Or whenever we start the question, the balance as per passbook, so definitely we have to match the balance as per cash book. Mali, you can start the question using the balance, either of the balance, either balance as per cash book or balance as per passbook. It depends upon the situation which is given in the question. If the cash book balance is given, then question is started from cash book balance. Cash book balance may be favorable or unfavorable, debit or negative. Debit means assets balance or credit means liability balance. Or if the passbook balance is given in the question, then definitely we have to start the question from bank as per passbook. Sorry, balance as per passbook. If the passbook balance is given, then we will match with the balance of cash book. Or if the cash book balance is given, so definitely we will match the balance as per the passbook. So this is the system. Now read every statement carefully and find out the causes. 11 causes I have already mentioned in my notes. And check what will be the effect of the particular causes. Now read. Some of the transaction is given. Like I prepare a bank reconciliation statement as on 30th June 2023. क्या लिखेंगे बेटा यहाँ पर हम लोग? Bank reconciliation statement as on 30th June 2023. I am first just solving the question using the addition and subtraction method. Then next question we will solve using the assets and liability method. Now read the question. On 30th June 2023, the bank column of Anil cash book show a debit balance of rupees 8250. सबसे पहले क्या लिखेंगे बेटे हम लोग यहाँ पर? बैलेंस एज पर कैश बुक. किसका बैलेंस? बैंक बैलेंस. Because under the cash book, double column cash book or triple column cash book, the first column is bank, second column is cash, and third column is discount in case of triple column cash book. In case of double column cash book, first column is cash and second column is bank. So we have just picked the balance. Which balance? Bank balance, which is mentioned, which is present in the cash book. कितना बैलेंस दिया है बेटा? That balance is a 8250. Now we will add definitely something and we have to subtract something. This is the addition and subtraction methods. So read one by one statement carefully and search or find out the reason. Then we will think whether we have to add or we have to subtract. On the examination of the cash book and the bank statement, you find that both the statement be in front of you. You have taken the statement from the bank. You have been taken the statement from the bank. Now, out of the total check amounted to 8,000 issued, the company issued the total check worth rupees 8,000. It may be 3 check, 4 check, 5 check. So whenever company issue the check, so what a company क्या करेगी? Subtract the balance of the bank in the cash book, because entry is party account debit to bank. So company have subtract the balance. But sorry, the check amounting to rupees 5,800 has been presented for payment up to 30th June 2023. And we are preparing the bank reconciliation statement as on 30th June 2023. Well, out of 8,000, 5,800 rupees ke check have already been presented in the bank. So bank have subtracted the balance with the amount of rupees 5,800. But the checks for rupees 800 were presented in the month of July. And we are preparing the bank reconciliation statement as on 30th June. And the rest have not been presented at all. So how many amount accountant have deducted? Accountant have deducted 8,000 rupees. Sorry, how much? And how much amount deducted by the bank? So bank have been deducted only rupees 5,800. Matlab you have excess deducted of 2,200 rupees from your bank account in the cash book. Difference is 2,200. So now we have to add 2,200 rupees in the bank balance so that we can match the balance of passbook as well as the cash book. क्या लिखेंगे बेटा यहाँ पर? चेक इशूड, check issued but not presented. In the bank. 8,000 minus 5,800, so remaining 2,200 we will add in the balance of bank balance in the cash book. Next statement. Out of the total check amounted to 6,000 sent to bank for collection. When we will send the check to the collection for the bank? When we collect the check from the customer. Or whenever we collect the check from the customer, so we will definitely increase the bank balance in the cash book because we will pass the entry bank account debit to party. Out of the total check amount 6,000 sent to the bank for collection. Out of 6,000, check of rupees 4,100 were credited in the passbook up to rupees 30th June 2023. We have increased the balance of the cash book, bank balance 6,000, but the bank has been increased the balance of only rupees 4,100. 1,200 were credited in the month of July, and the rest have not been collected so far. So we have increased the balance for rupees 1,900. The difference between the our balance as well as the bank balance. We have already excess at 1,900. So we have to subtract 1,900 from the bank balance so that we can match. माइनस में क्या लिखेंगे बेटा? Check sent to bank for collection. But not credited into the bank. This is 6,000 and minus 4,100. So remaining is 1,900 subtract minus. Hopefully, is this clear? Tejaswini, are you there? Tejaswini. Next statement. On 20th June, a customer deposited directly in the bank account, but it was entered only in the passbook. Which causes? Causes number 3rd. check deposited into the bank for collection. No. Check ये direct deposit by the customer into the bank. A check worth rupees 3,500 directly deposited by the customer into the bank. So bank have already increased the value of rupees 3,500, but you fail to record the transaction in the bank account. That's why we have to increase your balance. क्या करेंगे बेटा? ऐड करेंगे. Check directly deposited to the bank. How much? This is 3,500. Next entry. The debit side of the Amit Cashbook bank column has been overcast by rupees 100. Well, our bank balance in the cashbook wrongly shows the overcast rupees 100. So we have to subtract rupees 100. So we have to subtract overcast in cashbook. How much? 100. Next. No entry has been made in the cashbook for the rent of rupees 800 paid by the bank. According to the annual standing instruction, we have already gives the instruction to the bank on a particular date. You just pay the rent on behalf of me or from my account. In that case, bank have subtract the balance of rupees 800 in the account, but you fail to record the transaction in the cashbook. That's why we have to subtract rupees 800 from your cashbook. क्या लिखेंगे बेटा? Minus. Rent directly paid by a bank. 800. ठीक है जी. Next, the passbook show a credit for interest rupees 320. That means bank have allowed the interest to you. That's why your passbook show the credit amount of rupees 320 as interest. So bank have increased the balance, but your cash book is not increase the balance. So you have to just increase the balance. क्या करेंगे बेटा? ऐड कर देंगे. Interest paid by the bank is 320. Now, and a debit of 40 rupees for bank charges, and these has not been entered in the cash book. Well, bank have charged 40 rupees as a bank charges, and the bank have subtract the balance. Bank, you reduce the balance, and you now have to reduce the balance of rupees 40. क्या होगा? Minus होगा. Bank charges charged by the bank. Bank charges charged by the bank. Done. Now we will calculate the closing balance. This is 8250. plus 2200 plus 3500 plus 32 minus 1900 minus 100 minus 800 and minus 40. This is 11,430. बट हम यहाँ लिखेंगे बैलेंस एज पर पासबुक. We take the balance as per passbook. So now we have to calculate the balance as per cash book. Or if we start the question by taking the balance of cash book, then definitely we have to calculate the balance as per passbook. So this is the bank reconciliation statement. Next question. Question number 3. Both the question. Yes.
Sir, can you please repeat the second one? I could not understand.
Second, beta, this one. Out of total check amounted to 6,000.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Beta, ये लिखा out of the total check amounted to 8,000 issued. Sorry, no. This one, no. Out of the total check amounted to 6,000 sent to bank for collection. When you send to collection, whenever you receive the check from the party. So whenever you receive the check from the party, then we will pass the entry bank account debit for rupees 6,000 and to party. Clear, beta? How much? 6,000.
Yes,
and
sir.
party means that. So at the time of collect the check from the party, from the debtor, you will definitely record the entry in the ledger. Is this clear, na?
Yes, sir.
So beta, you will increase your balance. Yeah, that clear?
Yes, sir.
Yes, next part. But checks of rupees 4,100 were credited in the passbook up to 30th June 2023, and we are preparing the bank reconciliation statement as on 30th June 2023. On 30th June 2023, bank only credited 4,100 rupees and away in the passbook. So you have increased the value of with the rupees 6,000, but bank just increased the value of only rupees 4,100. Then how much you have excess entered in your bank balance? 4,100. आई क्या लिखा बेटा यहाँ पर? Check amounted to 1,200 were credited on July 2023 and rest has not been collected so far. That means as on 30th June 2023, the bank credited only rupees 4,100 and you have deposited rupee in the bank account 6,000, then you have deposited excess amount. You have entered excess amount of difference 6,000 minus 4,100. How much? 1,900. That's why we have we have subtract 1,900 rupees and away from the bank balance in cash book. Now clear?
Yes, sir.
Now we will discuss one or two more questions and you can definitely be clear all type of concept. Second question almost same, 100% same. Now third question. When credit balance or overdraft balance as per cash book is given. In question number first में क्या था बेटा? Debit balance, or in this question overdraft balance means credit balance. Method is same. ठीक है? But prepare a bank reconciliation statement as on 31st Jan 2024. ठीक है जी, पढ़ते हैं बेटा। On 31st Jan 2024, my cash book show a overdraft balance of rupees 12,500. क्या लिखेंगे बेटा? Balance as per cash book 12,500 if the overdraft balance is given. ठीक है, so that means this is the negative balance. This is the negative balance. So just put negative sign in the balance. All the rules and regulation are same. ठीक है, if the debit balance is given, so no need to mention any of the sign, because no sign is given, that means positive plus balance, positive balance. If negative sign is given, that means the negative balance. Now read one by one all the statement and apply and find out the causes, then apply the rule. The following differences were noted. Number first, cash and check amounted to 1340 were sent to the bank on 27th of January. Why you send to the bank cash or check? That means you have received either cash or check from the customer. Or whenever you receive the check or cash from the customer, so you have added your balance in your ledger, in your system. ठीक है जी. But the check worth rupees 230 was credited on 2nd of February, and check of rupees 4,500 were returned by them as dishonored on 4th of February. So 230 and 45. Total is the 275. You have increased your balance, bank balance, with the amount of rupees 1340. But out of 1340, the two check, one of the check worth rupees 230, another check rupees 4,500. This is not credited in your bank account. That means beta 1340 minus 275. So bank just credited in your bank account 1065, and you credited in your bank account 1340. So you have increased your balance with the amount of rupees 1340, but the bank have increased the balance with the amount of 1065. Then you have excess increased the balance for rupees 275. In that case, we have to subtract 275 rupees from the bank balance. Hopefully, you understand the concept. Minus. क्या लिखेंगे बेटे? Check deposited into the bank. But not credited. और बेटा एक चेक क्या हो गया? Dishonored. Total कितना? 275. How to calculate 275? This is 230 and plus 45. Cash and check amounted to 1340 were sent to the bank on 27th of January, and we are preparing the statement on 31st of January. But the two check, one of the check 230 is credited after 31st March, sorry 31st Jan, and the one of the check has been dishonored. So both the check is not credited in the bank account. but you have deposited the amount in the bank account in the cash book. That's why we have to subtract the balance so that we can match the balance. Is this clear, beta? Tejaswini? Is this clear? Next. During January, I issue a check rupees 17602 to my creditor. So whenever I issue the check, so definitely we will pass the entry creditor account debit to bank. Then we have subtract the balance for rupees 1670. Out of these, the check worth rupees 1370 were presented for payment on 15th of February. ठीक है जी. So beta we have subtract the amount for rupees 1670, but the check worth rupees 1370 presented after 31st of January, so we have to add करते हैं. Check issued but not presented on 30th Jan 2024. This is 1370. Next entry. According to my standing order and standing instruction, the banker have been paid during the following. The bank have paid 170 rupees of life insurance premium, 120 rupees of television license fee, and 22 is the driving license fees. The bank have subtract the balance, but your balance is increase, then you have to subtract the balance. क्या लिखेंगे बेटा? Directly paid by the bank. Life insurance, television fee, and driving license fee. How much? 170, 120, and 22. 170, 120, and 22. The total is 312. Clear me? Next. My banker have collected 150 as a dividend on the shares. After collection of dividend of rupees 150, bank have increased the balance, but your balance is less of rupees 150 because you hadn't recorded the transaction in the cash book. That's why we have to add. Dividend directly collected by the bank. How much? 150. Next. My banker have given me a wrong credit of rupees 150. By default, bank deposited 150 rupees in my account wrongly. But how we can rectify the mistake? You can't erase the amount from the bank. Bank will erase the amount from the bank. Bank will rectify the amount from the bank. We just add the balance in your bank account, in your cash book. तो क्या लिखेंगे? Bank wrongly credited. How much? 150. And last, interest charged by the bank rupees 125. Bank have subtract the balance with the rupees of 125, but your balance is increased, so that's why we subtract the amount. Bank interest charged by the bank. How much? This is 125. Done. Now calculate the balance. क्या लिखेंगे? Balance as per passbook. Now check the balance. 12,500 negative plus 1370 plus 150 plus 150. Sorry, minus 275, minus 312, and minus 125. So this is minus 11,542. This is balance as per passbook. This is 11,542 debit balance. ठीक है जी. Now one more question, then we will discuss some multiple choice question. Now, when the credit balance or favorable balance given as per the passbook if your bank balance in your cash book is positive, so definitely this balance will be negative in the bank because your deposit into the bank is the liability for the bank. Or if you taken the loan from the bank, so this is a liability for you, but asset for the bank. ठीक है जी. तो बैलेंस हमारे थोड़े से उल्टे होते हैं. एक मिनट जरा बेटा. Prepare a reconciliation statement as on 30th June 2023. But if we start the question as per the cash balance, then we think as per the cash book side, or if the balance we takes from the passbook, so then we think है ना भी as per the cash book side. क्या लिखा देखें बेटा. On 30th June 2023, the passbook of Sri Mahavir Prasad show a balance of rupees 22,000. ठीक है. So balance as per passbook. So now all the things we are considering, we are thinking, है ना भाई, in respect of passbook. Next, Mahabir Prasad had paid to bank on 26 June 4 check of rupees 6,000 was credited in the bank in July. That means accountant increase the balance of rupees 6,000 in your books of account. We have the balance from the passbook. Or accounted have already increased the balance of rupees 6,000 in your bank balance, in your cash book. Beta, in this case, we start the question as per the passbook balance. That's why we have to increase the balance in the passbook. Add and less. All the things we have check according to the passbook balance. Since the passbook balance is less for rupees 6,000, then we have to increase the balance of passbook. ठीक है बेटा, क्या लिखेंगे? चेक सूट, check deposited. But not present. अगर बेटा क्वेश्चन उल्टा होता, अगर हम स्टार्ट करते बैंक बैलेंस एज पर कैश बुक, in that case we have to consider, we have to think as per the cash book. So definitely we have to subtract rupees, sorry, not 6,000 rupees. But in this question, we have a balance of passbook. So accounted have increased the balance, but we have to increase the balance in that case. Clear ji? Next. On 23rd June, 3 checks are drawn for rupees 12,000, 13,000 and 16,000, and first 2 check has been presented to bank for payment in June, but the third in July. Well, at the time of payment of check, issue a check, drawn and check, so accounted already been passed the entry of rupees 12,000, 13,000 and 16,000. But the bank only reduced the balance of 12,000 and 13,000 because the check credited or the check cleared up to the 30th June is only of rupees 12,000 and 13,000. Accounted have reduced the balance of 12,000, 13,000 and 16,000, but the bank have reduced the balance of only rupees 12,000, 13,000, so that we have to reduce the balance of rupees 16,000 in the passbook because bank have reduced the balance. Minus करेंगे बेटा. Check issued but not presented. और कह सकते हैं present in the month of July. Present in the month of July, minus 16,000. Next. Check amounting to 3,600 were deposited in the bank, but no entry was passed in the cash book. मतलब bank have increased the balance, but in books of account, no. In that case, we have to subtract the passbook balance. क्या करेंगे बेटा? Minus क्या लिखा है? Minus check directly deposited into the bank. 3,600. Next, bank charges entered in the cash book. Bank charges. Bank have reduced the balance, but the cash book is not into the balance. So bank charges entered that in the cash book twice. So we have to subtract only one time. Bank charges 50. Yes. Check receive were entered twice in the cash book. Okay, so we have to increase because we have reduced the balance of one time. So we have to increase. Check deposited twice. Done. All the entry. क्या निकालेंगे बेटे यहाँ पर हम लोग? Balance as per cash book, because passbook balance is given, then we reach the balance up to cash book. If the cash book balance is given, then we have to calculate the balance as per passbook. Then how to calculate beta? 26,000 plus 6,000 minus 22,000 plus 6,000 plus 3,200 minus 16,000 minus 3,600 and minus 50. So now the answer is 11,550. This is the answer. Balance as per cash book 11,550. This is the bank reconciliation statement. Now, some of the multiple choice question. Okay, we just solve the questions. Now read one by one all the question alternative and choose the correct alternative. Which statement best describe a bank reconciliation statement? We will read the option letter. In the bank reconciliation statement, in which we find out the reasons of balance as per cash book and passbook. Check करते हैं, this type of option is given in the question. Yes, number first. A ledger account recorded all balance transaction. No. A statement reconcile the difference between the cash book and the passbook. Yes. A record all the cash and bank deposit. No. A summary of daily transaction. No. So now the correct answer is B. Next. What is the purpose for preparing the bank reconciliation statement? What is the purpose? To find out the mistake, to find out the discrepancy, to find out the interest in both the account. To identify the discrepancy and errors, this may be correct. To determine the bank financial health, no. To calculate the monthly deposit, no. To record all daily expenses, no. So now the correct answer is A. Next question. Which of the following item appear only in passbook and not in the cash book? But generally, bank charges charged by the bank, this is automatically appeared in the passbook, not in the cash book. Interest allowed by the bank, so definitely bank account doesn't know whether bank have pay the interest to me or not. Almost two type of entries the most related transaction. Check. Check issued but not presented, no. Bank charges, yes. Cash sales, no. Purchase return, no. So correct answer is B. Next. If the check is issued but not yet debited by the bank, check issue This is called unpresented or not presented check. This one. What is dishonored? Dishonored means whenever you present the check into the bank, but due to any of the reason, the amount is not credited in your bank account. This is called the dishonored. If the check has been bounced, but is a purpose beyond the dishonored, purpose beyond the bounce, we have already discussed. If your balance is low, if unsigned check or the wrong signed, date is not clear, or any of the cutting on the check, in that case, check will be dishonored. Next, check deposited but not yet credited. We have deposited the check but not yet credited. But is this? It is also known as standing order no, direct credit no, outstanding check yes, bank charges no. In bank reconciliation statement, a overdraft as per cash book is treated. If the overdraft balance is given, that means balance is the credit balance. So correct answer is the credit balance. A direct deposited by a customer into the bank that hasn't been recorded in the cash book should be. If the customer directly deposited into the bank, but we hadn't recorded the transaction in the cash book, what will we do? We have already solved this type of question. We have to add the balance of the cash book. Clear na? Check karte hain. Edit the balance of the cash book. This is the correct. Deduct the balance, wrong. Ignore, wrong. Subtract, wrong. So correct A is the correct answer. Next. If the cash book show an opening balance of 26,000 and the passbook show a balance of rupees 30,000. Cash book balance 25 and the passbook balance is 30. If we start the question from the balance as per cash book, then most of the cases, the question is started from balance as per cash book. So we have to add 5,000 rupees in the cash book. But if the balance as per passbook, then we have to subtract. What is the reason behind the bank passbook balance increase? One of the reason, whether check directly deposited to the bank by the customer, or bank allowed interest. Only 2-3 cases is there. Now check the important. Underpressed check, underpresented check, no. Overstated cash book, no. Direct deposited, not recorded. This is the correct answer. So now the answer is C. If the customer directly deposits the check into the bank, so your bank balance has been increased, will be increased. That this is the reason. Bank interest credited directly to the bank, but not recorded in passbook. If beta bank directly credited the interest, what will we do? In the cash book, we add the interest amount. Added in the passbook, wrong. Deducted from the cash book, wrong. The added in the cash book is the correct answer. Ignore, reconcile, this is also wrong. Next. In a bank, sorry, if the bank mistakenly debit another customer check to your account. Good. So you should क्या करेंगे बेटा अपन? Add in your cash book, wrong. Deduct from your passbook, wrong. Ignore it, wrong. Adjust it in the bank reconciliation statement. This is the chapter. A direct debit by the bank for utility bill is recorded. Suppose you have given the instruction on the particular date, bank directly pay the electricity bill, telephone bill, insurance policy, mediclaim policy. So bank have subtract the balance, but accountant note put utility recorded. क्या बोल रहा है आपसे? A directly debit by the bank for utility bill is recorded. Bill recorded is only in the passbook. Only cash book? No. Only passbook. Yes. So this is the correct answer. Next. Which statement is correct regarding the cash book and the passbook? Both have identical balance at all time. Wrong. Wrong. Beta, cash balance will always be positive, always be debit, but the bank balance can be of debit or can be of negative, can be of credit. If you withdraw the money over and excess above your deposit, so this is the CC limit or the bank overdraft for bank balance may be of credit. So first answer is wrong. First option is wrong. Next. They record only cash transaction. Wrong. They may show the difference balance due to timing difference. This is the correct, or passbook always updated before the cash book. This is also wrong. So correct answer is C. Next, bank charges are recorded only in the passbook. Bilkul, this is the correct. Where bank charges recorded? Bank charges recorded in the passbook. How to rectify? We have to subtract, we have to deduct from the cash book. Added to the cash book? So wrong. Deducted from the cash book? Yes, correct. Add in the passbook? Wrong. Ignore is also wrong. So correct answer is B. A check deposited of rupees 12,000 was entered twice in the cash book. So this would cause, simple बात है, if you record the twice entry, तो cause क्या होगा? The balance of cash book will be higher. So this cause would be, number first option is correct, higher a cash balance. Lower a cost cash balance? No. No effect? No. Lower a passbook balance? No. So correct answer is A. Next. Which of the following items would cause the passbook balance to be higher than the cash book balance? What is the purpose? To higher balance of the passbook? First purpose. Check directly deposit into the bank. Or number second, interest paid by the bank or interest credited by the bank. Check karte hain one by one. Check issued but not presented. Wrong. Directly debit by the bank. Not debit, directly credit. If debit, then bank balance will decrease. If credit, then bank balance will increase. और यहाँ बात कर रहे हैं increase का, higher का. Bank charges? No. Or interest credited by the bank. So correct answer is D. When the bank charges are debited to the passbook, whenever bank charges charged by the bank, so passbook balance will reduce. Then how to rectify the balance? When we reduce your cash book balance, also check karte hain. Cash book balance be lower than the passbook balance? No. And the passbook balance is lower than the cash book balance. This is the correct answer. Passbook cash book equal? No. Passbook balance increase? No. So B is the correct answer. Next. An uncredited check cause the bank balance as per passbook to be If uncredited check is not credited, then higher the cash book balance, no, then lower the cash book balance is not, equal the cash book balance is not, and ignore the cash book balance is not. So correct answer is A. Equal and ignore never be possible. Possible is only higher cash book passbook and lower cash book was passbook. Next. ये बेटा छोड़ेंगे अभी, इसको अभी क्वेश्चन 8 को we will discuss tomorrow. Next, debit balance of the cash book indicate cash balance because bank overdraft balance is negative. Check bounce is not a balance. Direct debit is not a balance. So only cash book is the correct answer. Cash balance is the correct answer. If a check of rupees 3,000 was issued on last day of the month, a check of rupees 3,000 was issued on the last day of the month, but has not yet been debited by the bank. But adjustment should be made in the bank reconciliation statement if stating from the balance as per cash book. So beta add kar denge because we have issued the check. We have issued the check, so we have reduced the balance. Clear, bhai? But the bank is not deducted in the bank, so definitely we will add the balance of rupees 3,000. A deposit of rupees 10,000 is made on the last day of the month, but not yet credited in the passbook. If reconciled from the cash book, कहाँ से start करना बेटा? Cash book. If we deposit the check, so we have increased the balance in the cash book, but the bank in the bank check is not credited, so we have to subtract our balance. So answer क्या आ गया बेटा? Deduct rupees 10,000. Next. Mr. Anil cash book show a balance 90,000, but the bank has directly debited 2,000 rupees as a bank charge. Okay, beta. Or we have to start question from cash balance. So क्या करना? Minus करना है. Because bank have deduct the bank charges. We hadn't deduct 2,000 rupees, then we have to deduct how much rupees? 2,000. We have already solved 3 question, complete question. A check of rupees 7,500 was recorded in the cash book, but later dishonored by the bank. In the treatment of reconciliation, the question started from passbook balance. So just we have to think the reverse. Now we will think as per the passbook. Check deposited of rupees 7,500 in the cash book, but dishonored by the bank. मतलब bank मतलब account department or the cash book balance has been increased. Clear? But the check is check deposit, no? Check deposit. But you hadn't decreased your balance, then you have to deduct the balance of rupees 7,500. You have to think as per the passbook. A customer directly deposit 5,000 into the bank on the last day of the month, but it hadn't been recorded in the cash book. So now beta we have to think as per the passbook. Okay, so now we will add the balance. Okay, same type of 3-4 question is given. Same type of question. Okay, up to this. I think we have covered the complete chapter of bank reconciliation statement. If any of the things is missing, and in my notes, so I just go through your study material, and definitely I will cover the remaining part. Clear, beta, in the next class. I think for today, done. Okay. यहीं छोड़ दे बेटा. ठीक है. ओके, चलिए बाय बेटा, बाय.